Alright, what's up YouTube? Welcome back to another video, another sketch session while I talk. Today's topic, alright, I got another, let me just flip it over here. The title of this video, I'm gonna probably name it Spider-Man Homecoming was peak. Now that's a controversial take, but let me explain. Today I'm gonna be drawing just a landscape I saw on Pinterest. If you can see, it's not the best, but I'll try my best to see what I can do. Alright, now Spider-Man Homecoming, right? In my opinion, I think it's the best take on high school version of Peter Parker. Because if we go through the movies, I would say Tobey Maguire's wasn't really, it was barely, I barely remember him in school. Tasm, Andrew Garfield, he came off more as like a senior in high school. I didn't really get that, freshman, sophomore vibe from him as he was in high school, And also Tasm 2, he graduated in the beginning, so it makes sense, right? I would put The Amazing Spider-Man 1, he was probably like a junior in that movie. He was definitely not a sophomore. Andrew Garfield is also my favorite Spider-Man. I would say that. But Homecoming for Tom Holland was perfect because he came off as a not a freshman, but a more like sophomore. He got more of the sophomore vibes. He was in school a lot. Pretty much the whole movie it was about school. So I really like that. Vulture. I really like Vulture as a villain. Now, I will say this. He would get swept against Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man. I'm just saying he works great for Tom Holland Spider-Man, but if he's going against Andrew or Tobey, he's getting easily mopped. But it made sense more for Tom Holland because I think at that point he was 9 months or a year into being Spider-Man. I think Homecoming came after Civil War, so at that point he's probably been Spider-Man for at least a year at that point. But he worked great in that sense, right? Ned was a great sidekick for not really sidekick, but he was a great side character for Tom Holland's Peter Parker. Zendaya was great. I liked the whole what was that team? It was not a spelling bee team. I forgot. I'm sorry. That whole school team that they was part of, which took place in Homecoming, and then in Far From Home, the whole class went on a trip. I'll talk about Far From Home in another video. I have mixed opinions about that movie, and No Way Home also. But as far as Homecoming goes, Homecoming works great for Tom Holland's Spider-Man. That's also the movie I've watched the most out of all of the Tom Holland's trilogy. No Way Home doesn't really have as much replay value as Homecoming. Homecoming has way more replay value. You can watch it over and over. I like the whole swinging. His suit, oh my god, bro. His suit was insane in Homecoming. I like the jacket suit that he had, where he was wearing his that yellow jacket. It worked great against the yellow. And just him and that whole scene of him saving his date on that tower. I'm sorry I'm butchering up all bunch of names, but you can let me know in the comments section below. I'll probably, because I'm rambling right now, so you guys can let me know in the comment section. But that scene where he was saving them was really good. The Vulture fight scene, it was alright. But when he was in the helicopter, not the helicopter, when he was on the plane trying to get inside, that was dope. Also, him just like figuring out his new suit. I get it, he's like Tony Stark Jr. People make fun of him for that, but like, let's be real. If you got gifted that insane like suit that has a whole bunch of gadgets built into it, and he was like trying to figure out which one works, I think that was dope. Even though he did get saved a couple times, he was trying to be like Tony Stark, and at a point I did feel kind of bad because I was like, yo, bro, you should be doing this on your own. You wanted to be friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. but he's going on insane missions that could get him killed. So in a way, you know, it's like he needs to like he's finding his own lane in that movie, you know, and he doesn't want to like hurt anybody. And I think that part is really dope. Hold on. Also, Vulture as a character, Michael Keaton, made a whole lot of sense. You know, he's a construction worker, and at that point, he loses his job because but Tony Stark wants to save all of the alien parts from Avengers 1. So that's cool that that takes place at that point, right? Where the Avengers 1, all the destruction from the alien stuff is thrown, and he, as a construction worker, has to work on that stuff. But then he gets forced out by Tony Stark's people because they want to save all the alien parts and stuff. And then he ends up making his own Vulture suit. I thought that was sick. Wasn't there a character named Shocker? I don't remember him that much, but I don't really remember Shocker as much. But the fight scenes with him was pretty dope. But overall, Tom Holland Spider-Man in Spider-Man Homecoming, not Tom Holland Spider-Man as a person. I'll talk about that another time. But Homecoming specifically, that movie was very good for the high school perspective of Peter Parker, right? I think that a lot of people was hating on that movie because he was getting saved so much, which made sense. I get it, but you know, he's also, I don't know, is he as strong as Toby and Andrews? I don't know. I'm not gonna, you know, debate that because I genuinely don't know if he's as strong as them, or stronger. Y'all will let me know that. But also, let me know who's your favorite Spider-Man out of all of them. We're not gonna talk about the Insomniac, you know, the movie, I mean, the video game Spider-Man. That's a whole nother topic, right? But Homecoming has way more replay value as far as Tom Holland goes. Not all of the movies combined. I'm talking just specifically Tom Holland's Spider-Man. And I am excited for the new Spider-Man trilogy that's coming out. So I'm excited about that movie, right? He's gonna be in Avengers Doomsday probably, and Secret Wars, and we'll probably get Miles Morales at that point. Yeah, you guys let me know in the comment section what your thoughts are. I'm pretty sure when this video will get put out, and yeah, let me know in the comment section how you feel. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I'll talk to you guys in my next video. Peace out.